Hello guys, and welcome to episode, I believe this is 26 or 27, I believe this is 27 of Minecraft Feed the Beast Let's Play Plum Labs. So today's episode guys, what do we have planned? So we're leaving off basically where we left off in the last episode, and that is with my industrial hemp setup that I'm now getting going. So why are you, so you're the plant sower, and let's see if I'm just trying to get this sort of industrial hemp setup going guys, since at the minute it's not quite working out all that well. So if I get you guys, okay, we're out of bone meal, which is a bit of a pain. Do you have any, okay, you've got a little bit of industrial hemp in there, which is kind of what I want. You've also got some industrial hemp seeds. I believe you probably just haven't been transported yet. So yeah, the seeds will hopefully go back to this guy, so we should hopefully have a bit of an industrial hemp setup going. Now, why are you potatoes? You should not be potatoes, you should be industrial hemp. Why are you being a pain? Yeah, for some reason this guy is not wanting to cooperate with me. So I think what I'm going to do guys is get a little bit of bone meal, I'm going to get some more industrial hemp going, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so that's basically my industrial hemp farm setup. The good thing with industrial hemp is you don't really need to keep replanting every time, because I believe you just basically chop the tops off, and that's exactly what the plant gatherer does. So it's pretty smart. The plant gatherer basically just sees the tops of the plants and just basically chops them down. Luckily you do get some seeds and stuff for doing that as well, so it's pretty cool actually, the way industrial hemp works. So I could probably do with sticking a piece of dirt there just to get that guy sorted. So there you go, so I can see the plant gatherer must have trimmed those guys off. And I'm also going to collect this industrial hemp, since I believe we are going to need it in a good few recipes for the wire and stuff. So I think I'm going to go sleep through the night. There you go guys, we're all nice and refreshed. And yeah, I'm kind of happy, since I think, given how many potatoes we've got, I don't think, even with this little potato production here that we've got going, I don't think we're really, going to need many more potatoes than what being produced here. I think industrial hemp is, I think we'd need quite a bit of it now, which is why I'm sort of prioritising it. But if we did any other sort of plants growing, I'm definitely going to switch these guys out. But I think for now, industrial hemp is definitely going to be the priority here. So back to what we were doing last episode, and that was with the MV wire and stuff. So we're going to need these MV wire coils. So MV wire coil, so it requires a treated stick, which is treated wood. Now, in fact, do you need treated wood, or can you just use normal sticks? Oh, normal sticks work too, actually. So electrum wire, we need electrum plates, which is electrum, and I believe electrum's a little bit of a pain to make. Can we make it in... Yeah, so we can use gold and silver. So if I just search up ingots, so we've got a little bit of gold and quite a fair bit of silver, actually. So let's go and make this guy down here in this smelter. We've still got a little bit of steel that we have left over from the last episode. Now, how are we doing for power? I believe I've probably left my reactor running, actually. Yes, I have. And whoa, we are quite full. So I'm almost tempted to use a bit of that surplus of power up, actually, because we are pretty low on gold and stuff. So the info is I'm not sure what level this guy's mining at. I believe he sort of goes in sort of a layers kind of thing, which is kind of irritating on the basis that he's not going to be seeing any gold anytime soon. He's just going to be getting stuff like iron and copper and stuff, which isn't, an overly big problem, considering how much iron we ended up using last episode. I think we used definitely a lot of iron. What are you doing, door? Let me through. So I think I'm going to turn this guy off, because it's kind of nice having a lot backlog of power. It means we don't have to worry about it anymore. So we are going to need these electrum plates. So if I get these guys with the hammer, so if I get MV wire again, so we're going to need these MV wire connectors, which is just the terracotta and stuff. We're going to need some relays, and we are going to need some of this stuff, which just requires this and this. So I don't need the wire cutter. What are you doing? I need that with the engineer's hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 12 of it. So I'm not entirely sure how much of this wire we're going to need, but more is always good. So if I get that stick, and I get the wire cutter, boom, there we go. Now, do we have everything to make use? We haven't. Oh, I haven't got the creosote oil. Is there any easy way to make creosote oil other than with a coke oven? I don't know actually. So you can make a little bit of creosote oil in this guy. Coke oven, bottler, squeezer. So you can use a squeezer, but we don't really have anything to squeeze. So if I'm honest, guys, I think we're going to need a coke oven. I tried to bypass needing a coke oven, but I think we're at the point now where I'm like, yeah, we're going to need some coke oven. I think other than this, we can make plenty of this, since we have quite a bit of industrial hemp. So if I stick the industrial hemp in there, we should be able to make quite a fair bit of this. So yeah, I'll stick that in there. I'll stick that in there too. And if once I'll stick, you know, I'll keep the MV stuff on me. I'm probably gonna need it anyways. So, coke oven, guys. That's something we're going to need to, prioritize this episode. Is the coke oven construction? Where will I find coke oven in here? Overview and resources. I'd probably say, would it be in simple machinery? I wouldn't have assumed it would be. I'd assume it would be in heavy machinery, really. Improved blast furnace. Was it the... No, it was the coke oven. That's exactly what we needed. Why are you not in here? So I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to look for coke oven in here and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I found it and it's basically in like one of the original... what do we call it? It's in one of the original tabs. So if I have a look at it, so it's just telling us how to make sort of, coke oven bricks and stuff. So the coke oven, I believe, is just 27 coke oven bricks, and in that kind of formation. So isn't? Okay, so I believe it is just a straight up 3x3 cube of coke oven bricks. So if I look up coke oven, how do they spell that? Oh, it's just they're just called coke bricks. Derp. How do you make these coke bricks? So a coke brick, so they just require bricks, clay, sand. So I believe this is just the way to get them, really. How many can we make? Ooh, that was close. So you need some kind of sandstone. I believe normal sand isn't going to work. I believe it is just purely sandstone. The bricks and the clay. So how much? We had a clay and stuff. Yeah, I believe we are just purely out of clay. I can't believe that, guys. We almost managed to have a bit of a free ride with that, but nope. We're going to have to go clay hunting. So yeah, I think I'm going to go clay hunting, guys. Is there any clay around here? Yeah, there's a little bit of clay on here. So I may not need to even cut the video here, since I found a little bit of clay just outside of our base, which is kind of nice. It's always nice when this happens. I'm probably going to get a sludge refiner at some point, so we can get stuff like clay automatically. Since it seems like quite a... Please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Seems like quite a useful thing to have. It's quite a surplus of clay. Since there's a lot of things that actually, require quite a bit of clay. Especially with stuff like Tinker's Construct and, by the looks of it, Immersive Engineering. So if I go down here, stick you in here. So if I stick about half of that in there, is that going to be enough? So coke brick. So all you need really is, yep, there we go. That's everything we need to make a coke oven. So a coke oven is a pretty cool guy, and what he basically does is, if you guys didn't know, I mean, coke ovens have been around in sort of the Minecraft modding community for quite a while. I believe Railcraft was one of the first mods to kind of implement this. So I'm trying to think of where to put this guy. I almost feel like this guy should be over this guy this way just a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. I might stick this guy down about here. Does this seem like a cool plan? I believe this is a cool plan. Let's have a baked potato. And engineer's hammer. Yep, there we go. So we now have a coke oven. So if I stick this coal in here, he's basically going to burn until into coal coke, but we're going to get the byproduct of creosote oil. So this guy's probably going to be quite a while. I believe this does look very, much similar to the ones that the ways they looked in Railcraft. Actually, I'm tempted to say, do I like the look of that guy there? Yeah, I might as well just stick that guy there. So he's going to take a bit of a while, but it should make us some coal coke, which is going to be pretty cool. So I'm glad to leave that guy running. I believe what we're trying to make though is the MV wire connectors, weren't we? So we're going to need some kind of, probably a bucket actually. That's probably going to be the easiest way. So I believe that was probably in the recipe anyway as well to get it, wasn't it? So if I search up MV wire, so the creosote oil, we've got the tough fabric, the MV wire coils, creosote oil. yeah, so it is just in the form of a bucket, and that's basically all you need. So how much progress has this guy made? He's on 70%. So I think what I might do is cut the video, guys, and wait until we have enough creosote oil to make our MVY connector. So guys, I just thought I'd basically just check up on the coke oven, and I believe it's made about 500 millibuckets of the creosote oil per operations. It was not take too long, but I think what I am going to go and do is go and get myself a flux duct. And you're probably wondering, hey, why do I need flux ducts? Well, obviously we're going to need power in there, and do I necessarily need... I think leadstone ones are probably going to be... They're probably going to cut the mustard, I think. So if I get myself some flux ducts, now if I'm honest, I don't necessarily want to have... I say that actually, what I might do actually. I was tempted to say, do I want flux ducts directly coming in? But if I'm honest, I can't see a better alternative really. So the sound is going to be a little bit muffled because also we're right next to the sound muffler. But I believe what I'm going to do is if I trail some power directly along here. Yep, there we go. We're out of range of the sound muffler now, so the sound's gone back to normal again. I don't believe we necessarily have enough flux ducts, but you guys get the idea of what we're going to do. We're just going to basically lead power straight up here. So I'm going to lead some power lines directly up here, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so what I've done is something pretty neat, I think. So I've basically routed the power, and I've also connected a basic capacitor bank directly into the wall, so I can basically use that to sort of interface with all the power that's going on in the base. So I figure it does make life easy rather than having wires and stuff dangling everywhere. And if you're wondering what I'm on about, you will see in a second what I'm on about. So can I get myself a bucket? And I believe if I stick it in here, there we go. We've now got some creosote oil. So what I can do is hopefully go back straight to the base, and I can craft this guy up. So if I search up MV insulated MV wire, do we have everything we need to make? We have the electron wire. Now, why did you not? Oh, we need to make the wire. We just need to make them into coils, don't we? Derp. Derpy, derpy, derp. So we're definitely going to make sure we have the insulated kind. I believe if we don't insulate it, I believe then we end up having some problems. Now we only have 4 since we don't have any more creosote oil at least to hand, which isn't going to be too much of an issue. So if I put a wire connector here, and if I get myself a wire relay, and I stick... Where does this guy accept power from? I believe he accepts power, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he accepts power from here. So if I stick myself one of these guys there, you guys are probably now guessing how this guy transmits power. So if I get myself some insulated wire coils, and I stick that to there, and that to there, what I've basically done is connect this guy to power. So if I make this guy an output, and I also probably... Is there a way I can get rid of him to, stop saying? Yep, there we go. So I believe if I do that, there we go. So that shows us how much power's in the thing. And this guy hopefully should be getting some power now. Yep. So this guy's now totally full on power. So you guys are probably wondering how this guy works. So I believe what I can do is I'm going to have to hop back over to my base. And I'm going to need to get myself a lever. And wow, we've got a lot of stuff in Pam's Harvest Craft over here. I could probably do with putting that chisel stuff away too, actually. So what I'm tempted to actually do is use these things called conveyor belts from Immersive Engineering, which are, if I'm honest, really kind of cool actually, these conveyor belts. And what you can basically use them for is transporting items in a pretty cool and nifty way, actually. So where's my engineer's hammer? Do I have my engineer's hammer? Oh, I already have it on me. So what I'm going to do is get myself a lever, just to stick on this guy. All it basically does is allows you to control him with redstone. And you are definitely going to need yourself some conveyor belts when you're using this system, basically. So conveyor belts work, but just, they're just basically how they work in real life, I suppose. Just basically transporting items around. And if I'm honest, what I'm going to need myself is some kind of chest. And I believe regular chest is probably going to do. And I'm also going to need a hell of a lot of item ducts, I believe, since that's probably going to be the easiest way to transport items around. So if I look up just regular opaque item ducts, make myself a crap ton of these, I'm going to go and reroute my system for ore processing. So we've got no ore processing at the minute, and I believe... you're not going to keep your whitelist, are you, if I take you off? Are you going to keep your whitelist? So if I put him back on, I don't think he's going to... No, he's not going to have kept his whitelist, which is a little bit of a pain, I suppose. But not, you know, too much of a pain, really. So why are you... Oh, there's probably some nickel that wasn't on the whitelist or something. So what I'm going to do is basically... I'm not saying that I probably didn't even need to get rid of that filter, actually, but meh, we'll get rid of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this guy up, and what I'm going to do is basically where everything that he was doing, so these two guys over here, I'm going to get rid of both of these guys, and I'm essentially going to reroute the entire system to work a little bit better, I think. So I'm just now debating where to route this kind of system off to. This is going to be my intake system, which I might actually keep here, actually. But I don't really need this kind of system going on here anymore. In fact, what I might do is actually keep them here, just for the fact that if I need to process anything here, I can do. But I don't really want them to be interacting with the whole IM duct system. So I can pretty much get rid of this guy. In fact, actually, I've just realised I do need them, don't I? Derp. Because for anything else, it's going to need to go straight into there. But now, realistically, all this stuff's going to get bypassed. Which is kind of neat, I guess. So I'm probably going to need to... So if I get rid of you... Yeah, I think I'm going to reroute this and make this seem a little bit neater in the meantime. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reroute my item ducts upstairs to my new industrial room, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've just basically finished the routing system. So I've basically just, you know, pretty much given the system exactly what it was beforehand. So we've got a little bit of excess ore and stuff, I admit. That basically came in from the fact that I kind of dipped just a little bit. And I've also just realised something else as well. I'm probably going to need some more of this cobblestone. These cobblestone bricks. So what I kind of did, which was a little bit derpy, is I forgot to put this onto whitelist. So initially I was just blacklisting all the things I wanted, so it just kept giving me a bunch of stuff that I didn't even need. So the crusher is a pretty nifty block, I do have to say so myself. So what I'm going to do is basically route this guy up like this. In fact, what I might do is change that round just a little bit, actually. So if I put some conveyor belts, so you can basically, they're pretty neat, you know, at least compared to what they used to be. They're a lot easier to, you know, get hold of and stuff. So if I believe what I can do is use this guy to, can I make this guy elevated at all? Oh, yep, there we go. So I've made him elevated. And I can also do the same thing with this guy. Okay, he's a little bit fiddly to get used to, but once you get used to conveyor belts, they are definitely pretty cool. So can I now shift-click U? And I can also probably get this guy to turn a corner as well. And then what I might do is make him go forward one more block, and then turn the corner. So if I do that, and then place another conveyor belt here, pointing into the crusher, and then like so. I don't know if that's going to work, actually. Is that going to work? We'll test a blocker. So I'll put this cobblestone on, we'll see if that... No, that's not going to work at all. Probably because this guy's actually going in the wrong direction anyway. But, yeah. So now he appears to be going in the correct direction. Is that going to work? I'm kind of curious to see if this is actually going to work or not. So if I throw that guy... There, yeah. For some reason, he is being a little bit derpy. So if I stick this guy and place him there... Yep, there we go. So now he's actually at least facing the correct way. Stop trying to push me into the crusher. So if I stick that guy there... I believe he's going to work. It's a little bit glitched, I admit. I could probably do this in a little bit more of an elegant way. Well, they're saying that, you know, I think that's probably going to work. So what we'll do is we'll stick this guy like so. This guy like so, and I believe what he's going to do is essentially extract items for me from this chest. Are you going to work by extracting the items out of the chest? Is that not how you work? Okay, I thought that's how this guy worked, but I believe obviously not. So I think I've got a little bit of another way of how I might be able to get this to work. I've also discovered one thing, guys. So as much as for some reason these conveyor belts aren't extracting out of that chest, which is almost, I did think that's how they work. I've also discovered a new thing which may make our conveyor belt system a little bit neater, and that's using vertical conveyor belts, which I have just discovered are a thing. I didn't realise they were a thing, but they're a thing, so I'm going to go and try them out. So I believe the recipe for them was like this, and do we have any iron anywhere nearby? Yes, we do. So 3, I'm hoping is going to be enough. Like I said, I've not really tried these guys out, but I'm hoping that if I stick you like so. The only thing is I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this guy to turn a corner in the way I'm suggesting. Oh no, he appears to have worked. So if I stick this guy like that, he's going to go to there. We pull up the vertical conveyor belt, and he's going to get stuck at the top, obviously. But I believe all I then need to do is get one of these guys, and there we go. I mean, that's our conveyor belt system done. I'm just not quite sure why this guy isn't extracting out of here. I don't know whether you need like a specific conveyor belt or something to get it to work, but I think what I'll do is I'll try and figure this out and I'll be right back. So I've just read a little bit in the engineer's manual, and supposedly hoppers are something you can actually use to drop items onto a conveyor belt. And we're going to test this theory out. I really hope this theory is going to work, correctly. So if I stick a hopper there, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to need item ducts. I'm probably going to need item ducts actually. So if I stick you there and I get myself a servo, and I tell you to extract items into the hopper, are you then going to drop the items onto the conveyor belt like I'm hoping so? Okay, what I'll do is I might just stick that silver in there. Yep. So the silver, by the looks of things, yep. So this guy is now directly dumping his items onto that conveyor belt. I'm tempted to... I think that looks cool actually. What I might do is actually bring this hopper one step closer, just so he doesn't have to, do that. I'm not, like I said, I always thought they could extract directly out of chests, but, it's not the end of the world that they can't, I guess. So if I then get my ore and stuff that needs processing and stick it in here, I believe what's going to happen is it all going into this crusher like I'm hoping so? I'm picking some of it up, which is a little bit of a pain. But I believe what's happening is it's accumulating on top, but I believe if I pull this lever, is that going to cause anything to happen? Why are you not working? Okay, I think I'm going to try and debug this, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I think I'm pretty much now just about ready to test it. I've done a few little adjustments, and I believe I've got this guy to a point where I think he's going to work. So hopefully he's going to... If I set this guy to ignore redstone signal, he's going to extract the items out of here and put them in the hopper. Yep, so there you go. So the items are now been put into this hopper. And are you now going to work in the way that I'm hoping you will? I really hope this guy's going to work. Yes, there we go. So you can see a bit of an animation going. You can basically see the, two big crusher things. I don't really know what you want to call them. And what it's going to do is at least for the minute, it's just going to spit items that it produces directly out of here. Which, if I'm honest, I would consider a job well done. I mean, it's quite noisy, so I'm kind of glad we're not, directly next to it in terms of where we live. But if I'm honest, that is working exactly how I'd hoped it would. So all the ores essentially just get dumped in here directly from the quarry, get crushed up, and if I'm honest, I think next episode we're going to probably come back and we're going to make ourselves the furnace version of this. So the furnace version, if I go into heavy machinery, the improved blast furnace, is it the blast furnace we need? I believe it is. Oh, that's just a more professional way of creating steel. Is there not some kind of arc furnace? Here we go. So this guy, whoa. If I'm honest, don't know if we're necessarily going to be able to get that done next episode, because by the looks of it, this arc furnace is, by the looks of things, a pretty expensive multi-block. I am not going to lie. But if I'm honest, I think we're definitely going to try it, since if I'm honest, I think it looks kind of cool. And if I'm honest, I think it's going to be worth doing. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video anyways. Goodbye from Plum.